We're talking about religion. Do you have things to say about religion, Love?
I don't have many things to say.
Okay.
I wanted to cover religion because when Max and I first started kind of thinking about kind of topics we'd like to discuss, I said, like therapy for me is quite an interesting topic when you talk about it versus awakening. But so is religion, because it's a very similar thing in the sense that people use both therapy and religion as a method to bring comfort, to find comfort, and to find a peace and a settlement within themselves. And a lot of the things I think that are a part of a standard activity within religion are actually very similar to things that people do on the path to awaken. For example, praying. When I think of Catholics with a rosary bead, the continual chanting is a mechanism to effectively enable peace, because you're waiting for the mind and the body to be silenced in the activity of the repetition, and in which, in that moment, the self is revealed. So I thought it would be an interesting topic because of that.
Yeah. I think it's interesting.
I think it's quite fascinating.
It's quite interesting as well how apparently prayer and meditation are really close in terms of physical effects and in terms of what it does. So one could say prayer is meditation and meditation is prayer. It's just prayer maybe has an idea of a something should happen, or a hope, or thank you, or whatever. Whereas meditation would be perhaps be more somewhat try be in the moment, or just enjoy this or whatever they're trying to do. But and so yeah, religion as well, in the sense of a divinity, or something. It's like you said, that it gives hope, basically, of better comfort, or a better experience of life. Let's put it like this. And the thing is, well, that's a lie. It's a lie. It's not bad, but it's a lie in the sense it's always what comes next, what comes after, because right now it's not enough. Right now it's not good. Right now it's not acceptable. And so I need for something to happen, something else, because sensation now in the body is not acceptable, or because the thought of my neighbor that they said about me is not acceptable. And so that should change. And so I'm going to pray God or meditate to feel better, because now it's not acceptable. Whether it's acceptable or not, which can be absolutely what it is what it is. And there is no better next after than now. And everything goes anyway.
I can understand that desperation. So my mum had a rock climbing accident when she was 50. It was touch and go whether she'd live. And after that, she was in a wheelchair. She's been in a wheelchair since, and she's extremely active. So the idea of going from being highly active and rock climbing multiple times per week to being unable to walk was something she physically couldn't cope with. And her religion played and does still play a huge part in bringing comfort to her, in that premise that there is a God looking out for her, that there's something else beyond her that has meaning, that is more important, that there's a destiny, there's a reason, there's a fate to all of this. And that kind of comfort, I can understand that desperation to find a reason for something, which is unacceptable. Minor technical thing. Sorry, I go off on tangents. If you have an accident and you become permanently paralyzed or permanently disabled from that, what can happen is something called neuralgic pain, which is essentially the same as, if you think of it, I think more people more commonly talk about phantom limb syndrome. You feel like something's there. It's your neurons trying to have a conversation that's not happening. It's incredibly painful. Anyway, so what it means is my mum's life is continuously, there's continuously a level of pain. And I can understand that, because we all know there's that moment of clarity that you're not the body and the mind. But when you are still when you're still very much believing everything in the body and mind is just reality, it's you looking in the mind to give you comfort to think of something else. And my mum commonly says that she uses distractions as a way to cope. I think she'd probably throw something at me if I called her religion a distraction. But it does to help distract her. It gives her something else to think about, something to pray to, something to hope for, in that continual reflection that something in life is not okay. And if I pray to this being that is bigger and stronger and better than me, maybe he'll fix it for me.
And in that way, I would say the search in religion or the search for awakening is the very same. It's the idea of something is going to happen, it's going to change my current circumstances, my current thinking, my current experience, which is the suffering. That's the suffering. And so what we're saying right now is not something negative. Like, that's the suffering, and it's not negative. It's actually liberating, because that hope is actually false hope and maintains the experience that what's occurring now shouldn't be happening. What's occurring now is not enough. What's occurring now is painful, is difficult. Now that's suffering. But that's not true. That's simply not true. What is cannot be otherwise. And without the expectation of it to be different, then suddenly it is what it is. And it can be called suffering in the spur of the moment. It can. But that's what it is. It's not more or less than that. It's another thought experience, just like going to the toilet is. So it's just another experience, just like this conversation is. Just like trying to grasp what we're saying is another experience, and it's fine. It's fine. But trying to grasp it is a bit like believing in a god, two gods here, Like, I'm kidding, okay? But it's just to make a point, Believing in two gods here that could grant you wishes. So with the genies, actually, the genies of Aladdin, Blue Genie. There's an English one and a French one, but there you go. And and we can grant you wishes. You wish being to be free. You wish being to be liberated. You wish to be, But we're not gods. We're not genies. We're just human beings, just like you.
But again, that's just a thought that you're having.
And it's just what I'm having. Yeah, just blah blah blah. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We're not too much off topic. I think we're okay. We're in topic. I think we're in topic. What do you guys think? Do you guys have anything to say, to add, questions, wishes?
Yes, yes,
Uh,
I have something to say. Uh,
yeah.
just following what you say about what's happening now is not uh the complaining you were saying the complaining about what's happening now. Yeah. So
No, I wasn't talking about the
um
complaining.
You know,
do,
it's
do
that
you
is part of the.
do you
Sorry,
hear
Jade,
me
please tell me if I've got
okay?
this wrong. Yes, and
Yeah.
tell me if I've got this wrong. It's the complaining in the sense of looking for something else to be happening, or
Mm.
have I got that wrong?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Uh
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it's like what's happening now is not the situation I like, and
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is,
Yeah.
and it is fully attentive what's happening, fully recognize what's happening.
What do you mean by fully recognized?
Uh, like not turning away the attention,
Yeah.
like not using a method to
Yeah.
try and
Correct.
and try and to make it feel better, like what's
Yeah.
happening now. For example, my case, I've been busy with work, and it's busy and and stressful. So these
Mm.
are all the sensation that's feeling, but it's not to denying this stressful sensation, but
Mm-hmm.
to fully feel it. The end of the day, it's just a different sensation that I can feel, even though it has the title stress. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and even this voice complaining about the situation, just just to see is complaining, and 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 the best I would do is to love the complaining, like it complains, just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
the best you
yeah,
could do, the best you could do is still a method. You see?
no method, no method.
Well,
It's
not no
not a
method
method,
either.
but I think it's just to really feel the stress, really feel it, and
But you can't not feel it if it's there.
yeah, it's immediately felt. But you were talking about your mom trying to use something else to
Uh-huh.
distract away from the from whatever, from the pain or what. But
Yeah.
that is just making it worse. I think I have I have experience to just feel the stress, feel this voice complaining, and listen to it with whatever patience I have, and just to listen to it. Yeah.
Have you, as the voice, the mind, as I sometimes call it, complains?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Have in the moment where the voice is complaining,
yeah.
uh, and you're looking for a patience to listen, to sit and listen, and approach it with I think some Buddhists call it loving kindness, is to to love the thought that's happening, to love the activity that's happening. Have you thought that all of that is simply a thought of the mind?
Yeah, it is on the ultimate level, these are just coming and going. And
Yeah, but that's not what you're saying. Oh.
yeah, it is as real as it feels like happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's a river. The mind simply is a river of thoughts.
Yeah.
Some thoughts are very strong and some are flow in and out. It's just literally what happens in the moment.
Yeah.
But everything that happens within the body and mind is a thought or a sensation of the nerves, simply a functioning of the body.
Yeah.
The awareness.
Even I say I know it's just thoughts happening. It's still a thought saying happening. Even happening is a thought.
Yeah, but that's the method you're using to try and understand it, to try and catch it. It's a thought. You can't catch it. That's the point. You see, you can't. It's impossible. So what Amy is saying is a thought, all what you said, basically, that you experience is a thought. Whether you come back and say, well, yeah, but it's a thought saying it's a thought, that's true. But that's where you get lost. You see what I mean? Because it goes on then. It can go on being a thought. It can go on being a method, a technique to be all right. You see, and that's the suffering. What Amy is trying to point to, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's that, but I'm not wrong. I'm right. That's a thought, blah, blah. But what Amy is trying to point you to, Jade, is that it's a thought. There's nothing to do with it. It's impossible. And that's the, oh, wait, it's not a problem. There is no fucking problem. So the mind is a river of thoughts, happenings. There's you could say happenings, actually, experiences. But some are thicker than others. Some are more dense than others. Some are a bit annoying. Some are funny. Some are blah, 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 blah. Okay. But it's a river. It never ends. It just flows. And that's, oh. And of course, now mind could say, okay, so what Max and Amy are saying is a thought too. Correct. But then this is like saying, okay, so that the mind could not hear what is said, which is that it's a thought. Fantastic. It's just a fucking thought. I don't know if it helps. I don't know. But it's a thought.
Yeah. Can see it's a thought.
You can see it's a thought. But you can't see it's a thought. It's a thought. You can't see it. Or once you see it, it's you see, when you can see it's you seeing this. It's you doing the catching, the seeing. But you can't. It's impossible. It's a thought. It's a thought. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't. It's impossible to catch it. Impossible. So long as you're stuck, and I was stuck in there for a long time, like it's a thought, it's a thought, it's a thought, it's a thought. So long as the mind doesn't drop it, Like literally, because otherwise it goes on. It's a thought. Yeah, it's a thought. Yeah, it's a thought. Yeah, it's a thought. It can even be fun for a while. You know, it can even be, you know, pleasant. But it's a thought. It's a thought. It's a thought. But the mind knows it. The mind knows it's a thought, and it's stuck in that loop. It's a thought. It's a thought. It's a thought. No, 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 no. It's not what's pointed to. That will be pointing to the mind knowing it's a thought. It doesn't work. It is a thought. It can't be grasped. It can't be stopped. It can't be blocked. It doesn't matter. Maybe,
It feels like there's something niggling there.
yeah. There isn't. There isn't actually.
So this is the bit that's interesting for me. So Max, when he used to poke me, and I would be like, "No, I've got it. Please, piss off." He'd be like, like, piss off. And this is recorded.
And come on, go on, go on, go
He's
on.
always right.
Ah,
It's really annoying.
ooh. See how you go? Ooh.
It's always
You
right.
see, that's a thought, right? It's always right, but it's nice, nice thought. I like it.
It's one of the things somebody nicknamed him the sniper, because whatever it is that you're stuck on is
I see it.
he sees it, and if he cares to, he's going to keep poking.
If I don't poke, it's because I don't care. So
Yeah.
that I poke you is good.
I like the poking.
I love it.
You have more patience than I do, because I did not.
But it worked. It worked. Because okay, so long story short, you may have heard many times you can't grasp it, or it's a thought, or it doesn't matter, or this is it. You know, horrible one. This is it. You know, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like fuck off. And so long as there's a fuck off, or I don't want it, it's because it's not acceptable. You see, to the mind, it's no, it can't be it. And again, that's the core of the suffering, the non-acceptance, the refusal of this very moment. That's a thought. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty.
For me, again, it comes to some of the techniques of religion, spirituality on the path. People talk about techniques so much that we can then inherently have techniques that we use to the point we think we're not using a technique.
That's it.
It's a habit. The
That's very true.
technique becomes a habit.
She's right too.
It's funny. I have evidence. And this is just my opinion expressing, because all teachings is the opinion expression of my conduit, which is my body and my mind and my thoughts, expressing what truth is, which is why there's so much difference in teachers. Anyway, sorry, off topic. The resistance that I see there is the need to accept something you don't like, the need to love something you don't like, And that's natural. It's natural to complain. It's natural to be annoyed with people. When I used to work, December was the month of hell for me, because it was always the busiest month. Everybody's going on holiday. Everybody's extremely stressed. Nothing gets finished. It was just unpleasant. But the resistance comes from trying to think, if I can lovingly feel connected and okay with these thoughts, then it's going to be okay. The hell, enjoy it. They're bastards. Have that moment, scream in your head, let it go. Because then you're not holding on, using a technique. Don't, I love this complaining. No, fuck them, whoever it is. Fuck the stress.
I'm complaining. Yeah. I am right to complain. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to take my laptop. I'm going to throw it down the stairs. You can't
well, yours, not mine. Fuck that. I'm going to complain too. You see?
It's natural.
Yeah.
Complaining is natural.
She knows it. I know it. I complain a lot. It's true.
Yes, he does. Let's just put it this way. He's not a morning person and I'm not an evening person. That's not always a good combination.
Yeah. In the evening, I'm like, oh, this and that and that, blah. And Amy is like, oh, shut up. And in the morning, she goes like, she wakes up and she goes like, bing eyes. I'm like, what? Ah. Anyway. No, the truth is she's annoying.
My job.
Do you know yourself better than when you are out of the mind?
I'm going to be a pain in the butt. There's no me. Which is not a helpful answer.
Can you say that again, Jade? Sorry.
Do you know yourself better when you are out of your mind?
How could you be out of your mind, as in angry, for example, or shout? Is that what you mean? Or
observing.
Oh, observing, like.
I assume observing the thoughts, observing the body. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Or in a way, I like when you just express like you were talking is throwing the laptop, complain, like how you express yourself.
Okay.
And
yeah.
and like the body just expresses itself fully. And if you are in the mind, you don't dare to express yourself fully. Is that the point? Like to speak, like you are more in the mind that worry about, and the worry stops you from really expressing what you truly feel inside.
What I'd say is it's a triggering. So if somebody pokes me in the eye, I'm going to say ow. It's the same as if I put my hand in hot water. I'm going to pull my hand out because it hurts.
How about cold water?
Don't you dare.
So just the body, it will just naturally respond. Just trust the body will respond. The body will just act whatever way it acts. It's never what I think I was doing.
Yes. And then if you think in terms of thoughts, we're born, we're taught to be a certain way, to behave a certain way. And if you behave this way, it's wrong. If you behave this way, it's right. So then you kind of set up almost this hierarchy of, I need to be like this.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
drilled in so intensely.
Yeah.
You will be triggered mentally as well. So my body was born in England. It has been hammered into me to not be rude. Ridiculously so. It irritates him. And I won't be direct. If I want a cup of tea, I will still say, I would like a cup of tea. I don't say, Max, can you make me a cup of tea? That'd be much simpler for Max. No, he's had to understand that when I say, I want a cup of tea, I'm actually asking him. And it's the same as if you grow up in an environment where you're taught to respond to your thoughts in a certain way, to manage them in a certain way, that's what you'll do.
That's brilliant.
And it's the same as spirituality will teach us that. My mum went to a meditation thing about loving kindness, and all I got for 3 weeks of, I'm practicing loving kindness on myself, Amy. So I'm going to be loving the kind. She thoroughly enjoyed it. Fantastic, great for her. But it created this habit that she would constantly express. I'm imagining I'm a ball of love, and I'm saying I love myself, and that then created habits in the way that she thinks sometimes. And it's the same with everything. It's automatic. But there's no right or wrong with that. It's just what's happening in the instant. It's when you're done with all of that, you realize there's no right and wrong. It's just what happens in the instance.
So if you're in your mind, you know, you're in your mind. So what? Enjoy. Or not enjoy, but it's when you're in your mind, you usually don't think you're in your mind anyway, you know? Or you don't judge it, let's say, you know? And if you're out of your mind, like that's another, the conditioned behaviors, the conditioned habits, like just like Amy just brilliantly explained. And it's just what it is. It's the same whether there's someone or no one, right? It doesn't matter. If there's someone, there's someone. There's no one, there's no one. What it is, it's just a projection anyway. It's just a feeling. It's just a sensation. I'm moving my legs and then he goes like, no, on my leg.
It drives me crazy because he jiggles his leg like this. It drives me nuts.
Wow. So anyway, but you see, it's just a condition. It's just it doesn't matter. So okay, so you've listened a lot to, I think, radical non-duality and stuff like that, right? Now, then it can mean that then your mind for a while, for a long time, is conditioned to, okay, there should be no one. I should see that. Even if you understand it's not about seeing, well, you understand it's not about seeing, and that's another conditioned thought, conditioned habit, you know? And then there is no awakening. Okay, there is no awakening. This is it then, but I don't accept it. And that's another conditioned reaction, you see? On like layers on top of layers on top of layers, you know, thoughts over thoughts over thoughts, which means that, oh, fuck, I'm in my mind. I shouldn't be in my mind because the radical non-duality or God or religion doesn't matter. It's just the same idea. It says, oh, this shouldn't happen. It is what's happening. It doesn't matter. It does not need to change. That's the trick. It's not a trick, but that's the flip, you know, once and for all. It's the flip that's like, oh, fuck. I thought there was it's like I used to think, right? An experience for my whole life, ask Amy, that life is a problem. So I would see, so I would find problems everywhere. And when I solve a problem, then guess what? There's another problem. You know, I did another one, and another one, and another one. and that conditioned behaviors it can still happen, but it doesn't matter. It's just in the spur of the moment. I don't experience that life is a problem. You see, and it's just the same. It's because it's flipped. It's because there's no reason why it's flipped. That it's nothing has been seen, nothing has been understood. You see, it doesn't. It's blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a thought. It's a thought. It's a fucking thought. So all those conditioned behaviors, reactions, be in my mind or not, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Even what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. Especially when I'm saying it, but who cares? Yeah.
Another way to look at it, because I love a good process. So my habitual training in work was to draw pretty process maps. What happens right now is what happens right now. The conditioned behavior comes in the reflection of what happened or what could happen. That in itself is a thought. It's not what's happening right now. It's never what's happening right now. That is just a thought of what happened or what may happen. It's not now. It can never be now. That's when you're stuck almost in the processing of the mind. So right now, this is it. You can't change it as A. What you think of A is B. But you can never change A. So B, the thought, the processing, the reflecting,
She's good.
the processing, that is where the pain comes. That's where the suffering is. That's the rejection of now, which is A. You can't change it. Whether you think about you wanting to change it or you thinking you don't want to change it, it's still just what happens now. Oh, I feel limited now. Like I needed like a C, D, E process chain. It's only two. Darn.
It just doesn't matter. You see, it's like these questions and answers, for example, which are fun as far as I'm concerned, but it can go on as well forever and ever and ever and ever. You'll never find an answer here, actually. But in the instance, when you're talking to Amy or to me or whatever, in the instant, right now, not before, not what Amy said, not what I'm gonna say in a second, right now, Jade, right fucking now. It can't change. Right now, can't change. Never has, never will. It's right now. It can't change. Imagining right now can change is B in Amy's example. A is right now, can't change. It's direct. And so, but wait, it's changed now. It's changed now. Well, yeah, because it changes again and again and again. Because after something has changed, of course, always, but right now, cannot change. And it will not, of course, it will not change. It's right now. Now will not be something. You see, it's right now. It's not after. It's too direct to look at, or to miss. Yeah, there's nothing being pointed to here. It's right now. That's all. You see? Yeah. That's it.
Does that bring any other questions up?
Brilliant. Okay. Cool.
And it's perfectly natural if questions come up again. It's just one of those annoying things of
Life.
your brain still likes to go back to B. You can't stop it.
But you see that, okay, so okay, well that's the thing. You see, it's completely natural. There's a in life, there's kind of a longing, you see. Not always, you know, but it can happen that, oh, you know, okay, I daydream a lot, you know, and if I daydream, it's can come a thought of, ooh, later we'll do that. Oh, that'd be nice too, you know. That's fine. That's part of life, that longing, you see. So it's not, for example, Amy's trying to stop my legs that move now. I don't even realize it. See, I don't do it. It just happens, you see.
I long for his habit of jiggling his leg to stop it.
It's not going to happen. But you see, it's natural to be longing for something. That's life. The suffering for me was longing for something and feeling the need that it must happen. I must have it. I must experience it now, not in the future, now, you know. And that created a lot of frustration, of false hope, of blah 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 in my head, you know, of terrible feelings sometimes, you know, just of feeling like, you know, this is right now is horrible, and if I don't have it, if I don't experience it, if I don't go in the future in a way, then I'm stuck here in this present, which is horrible. But dreaming away, daydreaming, including, ooh, later we'll do that, is bloody perfect. The difference is it doesn't matter if later we do it or not. Because later, which is now, you see, yeah, it's changed already. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
So you can spend your whole life longing for something else. And that's the trick with you. You see, you can, everyone, but I'm talking to you, Jay, but to everyone anyway. You can spend your whole life, really, I mean, it's okay, longing for something else. Oh, it's okay. The longing is fine.
Mm.
It's the needing for it to be real, let's say, you know, to come true. The need for it, that's the suffering. But the longing itself is fine.
Yeah, yeah, it is just this has
Yes.
a very, very strong tendency, habit of understanding, grasping. It's such a habit.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with reflecting.
Exactly.
Mm.
So even wanting to understand is completely fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
So just because I'm done, it doesn't mean I don't still binge watch TV shows. It doesn't mean I'm still not slightly obsessive about reading fantasy books. None of that's changed because it's just what I like to do.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, still, like, if you like it, it would just naturally happen.
Mm. Exactly. I'm still, I can't keep secrets. Please never tell me a secret. I can't keep them.
She's terrible.
I'm terrible.
Oh, same here.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah, I do feel when I don't feel me, or I have a suspicion that people's feel. Sometimes I feel like people think I am a bit like stupid.
Let them think.
But that's just your thought of what somebody else thinks of you.
Yeah, my projection. I know it's my own projection, but I sometimes I get taken by the thought.
That's
Yeah.
totally normal. That's
Yeah.
totally normal.
Yeah.
And I always think it's quite a funny thing when you can project, because I still do it. I project if somebody looks at me in a certain way, I assume they're judging me in a certain way. But that's
yeah.
just a thought.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it is.
Doesn't matter. That's my point this
just
morning.
what
That's my point this morning, Siha.
we're
Yes,
having a massive argument this
Not
morning.
oh, you're so English. Massive arguments. Let me
Anyway, he really got on my nerves last night, and then he continued to get on my nerves this morning.
But I'm right. It can anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a thought. It doesn't matter. You don't need those things. People don't get it. Like, I don't know where I got this, how I got this, but you don't need to worry what people think. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Jade, they can think you're an idiot. They can think you're
Yeah.
horrible. They can think it's okay. Really.
Yeah.
You real how can I say?
You.
In reality, you see,
Yeah.
you don't care.
Yeah.
I know it might not be your experience, right? I understand that, but
It's not your mental training.
hey, brilliant! It's not your mental. Yeah, I like that. Ah, brilliant. You see, so it's not your mental training. You English. That. So that's it. That's it. That's exactly what she says.
Yeah.
It's not your mental training, but it's just
a
that.
lot
It's
of
Mhm.
it's a lot of self-sabotaging thought.
Yes, exactly. You see, and it doesn't have to be.
But that's breaking a habit.
That's breaking a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that can be done. You
that.
see, that can be done. It's fine. You can break the habit.
Yeah.
You see, when you see, for example, oh, okay, people are talking about me and they may think I'm stupid. Okay. Okay. That's the habit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it comes back 5 seconds later. Oh, but they still think I'm stupid. Okay. Okay. You know, okay. That's fine. But maybe I really am stupid. Okay. Ask Amy, for many things I'm stupid.
I wouldn't say that. Max is not technical.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he's.
See,
he's
that's your English training.
It's not English training. If I said to Max, how would you put a door on? How would you physically fix a door to
I asked someone.
door frame? He couldn't do it.
No.
He wouldn't be able to figure it out.
No.
He just can't.
No, but that's true, you know. And then if I'm shown how to, and I go over my frustration, then I'll do it. And once I do something, I do it really well. But it takes me time and effort, and I can't be asked because naturally it doesn't compute. But what we're talking about, that computes like blah 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 blah. It's like it's duh. You know, it's really like there's it's for that it's genius in there. For that, not for the rest of life, just for that. Really, I mean it. But and that's okay. You see that's okay. So my point is I'm stupid. You see, I can think I'm stupid for many things. I can think that I'm stupid. Okay. It doesn't matter. Yes.
Yeah.
You see, that's it.
Mm.
Rather than trying not to be stupid, Oh, who cares? You know? Okay, you're stupid. End of story. You're stupid, Jade. That's it.
Yes.
It's not true, but you see my point. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You can think that. It's okay.
It is just a thought.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yeah. And it is, if I'm not taken by the thoughts, it's just easy. It's just
Yeah.
very easy. Yeah.
And you're not stupid, really. You're not.
No.
You're really not stupid.
It is really being bump into non-duality.
They're stupid.
My memory, it kind of, it has an effect on my memory, and
Okay.
yeah.
I understand that
So
actually, yeah.
I really struggle with memory. Like sometimes only a couple minutes I don't remember, my mind goes blank. Don't remember anything.
Yeah, I have that too.
Me too.
Yes.
Was it earlier? Okay, today. Amy asked me to go to the car to get her brace for back brace because she's in pain, you see. And then if I like, oh, okay, you can you bring the plastic bags and other stuff to the car? I said, yeah, okay. So I go to the car, I bring the stuff, come back, I go back just editing my video. And 10 minutes later, Amy's like, have you got the back brace? I'm like, oh, I completely forgot. I went there for that. I forgot. I brought the stuff I wanted to bring to the car, but you see, and it's okay. I mean, I'm sorry because you were in pain, and I'm sorry, but it's, and sometimes you could think it's because I know you didn't think that, but you could think it's because I don't care. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. It's because I forgot.
Yeah.
It's actually just how all of our brains function.
That's it. It's
We're-
natural.
Oh.
We're brought up in this environment where I think people like to create this wonderful illusion
Sorry, Claire.
Yeah.
that people have these that everybody else has this perfect photographic brain. They've got an IQ of 165. They can solve mental equations in their head.
Well, even if they do, who cares? It doesn't matter.
No, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
okay.
matter.
I don't care.
But you do that whole, like everybody does that whole comparison as if that is the right answer.
That's it.
Who cares?
Just like there's a need for a right answer. You see, that's the thing. But there isn't. It doesn't exist for something like truth. It doesn't exist.
Just an opinion, which is a thought.
Just opinions, which are thoughts.
Yes.
It just happens that my opinions are always right.
Oh. And for the sake of my life, I'm gonna say yes, darling.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jade. That's cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Roberta.
Thank you, Jade. Claire. Sorry for the wait. I saw you raise your hand earlier and then I forgot. I'm sorry.
No problem. Nice to see you both. Is it okay? Do you hear me okay? Or yeah, is it
Yeah.
working? Okay, perfect. That's cool. Because I'm with my oh, audio thing. Okay. Yes, no, I wanted to express my anger against
Okay.
you, Max, with much love. No, it's a joke, but you know, since I've had this experience with my friend and then with you of seeing what it is, and I had been a coach for 3 years with the nervous system, and so I was like giving some exercises to the persons or doing some exercises to regulate the nervous system and to stimulate the vagus nerve, and so helping them just regulating the system, and then embrace trauma memories when they would come. And now I experience really a completely crazy thing. The persons are coming to me and they're speaking to me, and I don't see problems anymore. I just listen to them, and I am here and I'm sitting listening, and there is no impulse to do anything. And I just think, what am I doing here? And it's I'm lost. I'm like, okay, I don't see a problem. I don't know. Okay, you are overdoing your job and doing too much things, and I can't see the problem. It's terrible because there is like a part
But
of
that's
me
it. That's it.
that that's
Awesome.
supposed to help them. But yeah, it's not there anymore. There is no impulse to do anything. like
Yeah.
okay. Embracing the inner child and then going
Oh God.
into the body and all these things I've been doing. There is no impulse to do that anymore. And it is
No.
shocking for me. I can observe, there is no impulse anymore to do that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Oh,
Fuck
brilliant.
off. Yeah, that's a funny experience. And confusing also, but it's okay. It's like that.
Confusing because you would want it to be different?
I think there is still a part of me that wants to be useful.
Oh, you're useless, Claire.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. And it's okay. Yeah,
It's okay. I'm
It's okay to
useless.
be
Ask
useless.
her.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
useless, right?
No, and it's okay when you say that. It's okay, I'm useless. There is no problem with that. I'm useless. And then people come to me with problems, and I don't see problems anymore. I don't know. I just tell them you can just go to somebody else if you want, but I can't. It is crazy. Yeah. So that's what it is.
That's great, though.
And I also noticed
But sorry, yeah.
No, come. For something else.
Well, I see a problem.
Okay.
You may, okay, think sometimes that you don't find a problem and you don't understand the problems, you don't see the problems in people is a problem. It's not, Claire.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, there is something searching when they are
Yeah.
speaking to me.
Yeah.
What is the origin, or what is really the problem for them? And so what could I do for that? But there is nothing emerging anymore.
No, okay.
You know?
Yeah. But it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely get that, because it's something I find with everybody who are outside of non-duality and outside of this environment. If I talk about this, they don't get it. They don't understand.
No way. Yeah.
So any of my previous work colleagues, friends, family members, they don't understand. So I don't talk about this, because it's more problems than it's worth. It creates problems, it creates drama. But it's communicating with people who don't get it, who don't understand. And I always think of it as a kind of like layering, like an onion. Is we all start off as this little baby onion seed, and then we create these layers around, mentor teachings, habits, societal rights and wrongs, blah blah blah. This is how you boil a potato. This is how you bug your wife. And it's the same with everybody, is when we all interact with each other with these little onions running around going bump, bump,
Like
Bump.
it. Cool.
It's a nice, nice picture. Like it.
And some people are like, oh no, but I'm rotten to the core. Like, can't you see the moldy bit? Like I'm moldy. And it's like, I can't see the problem.
I can't see it. That's exactly that. Yeah.
So I find the only way I cope with it is I almost just like, okay, so tell me what's wrong with you. So it's just like, okay, then I'm going to nod and listen. I go, yes, so then how would you solve that?
They can go on.
Tell me.
You can do that for hours.
Just tell me. What's your problem?
Yeah.
How do you want to solve it?
But then sometimes that doesn't always work. So sometimes I do. It's almost like I have to mentally regress into thinking, okay, so how can I make this dramatic? So how can I fabricate a problem?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just easier because we're all these little onions. We grow up, we're born a little onion seed, and we build up these onion layers. And as we get older, we choose to go down the spiritual path or not. So some of the layers fall off. Sometimes only some of the layers fall off. Sometimes all of the layers fall off. And it's one of these beautiful things about, for me, therapy, religion, all of these can play a part in helping to take away some of those layers. And it's almost like it's the pre-step. So when I talk to my family, I know most of them have been diagnosed with multiple conditions, various depressions. They're on various drugs.
And they believe that.
And they
believe that I'm depressed. Okay. And how do you do that? Sorry.
But I start the conversation with, are you in therapy? Would therapy help? Oh, how's the therapy going? And they'll happily talk about their inner child. Or my sister started talking about something like yellow closed face. I got very confused. It was this technique about memory thing, and my brain switched off after that. But she's creating this construct of problems. And that's where she is right now. I hope in just small little ways, almost just nudging her a little bit further down the path. At moments when I can see there's an opening, where there's a readiness to hear. Sorry, completely different tangent. A good example of this is my mum. My mum was one of the first people Max actually ever spoke to about it. My mum had several meetings with it, and she got to a point, she was like, I can't do it anymore, Amy. If I do, I'm going to stop believing in my soul.
And that was the whole point.
Yes, that's it.
Exactly.
She's like, I can't do it, Amy. I'm going to lose my soul.
Yes.
Wow, great, cool. I'm so happy for you, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. But couldn't say that to her. She was too emotionally upset. But I said to her about 2 months ago, because she was ready to hear, I said, there's only ever now. And this is a classic Axe line, if you ever hear him saying this, is just thinking about when you're eating. If you think about eating, you're thinking about maybe what you ate yesterday, but you're doing that right now. Maybe you're thinking about dinner you'll have in an hour, but again, you're thinking that right now. It's quite a classic thing Max does to point you to right now. And in that moment, my mum was ready to hear it, and you could see her face. She just went, "You're right." Which is impossible for my mum to ever admit that a child is right.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's in that moment you can see there's an opening. She's ready to take that little step forward.
And that's, I think that's what you're saying as well. It's that little step or that everything, or whatever's in between. It doesn't matter. You see? So if you got people around you that have problems and they want to believe their problems,
Enjoy the story.
it's their problem.
Yeah.
You see, it's not yours. It's their problem.
Enjoy the movie they're creating. It can be really funny.
And because I have one person in particular, and she's coming and she tells me, "Oh, you know, what did she say the last time? I am just having this wound of injustice. I don't know, and I feel that in every situation in my life, and I want to get rid of it. And so she has a goal, just to get rid of that. And
Sorry.
yeah. And I am there, and I can feel, what happened in her childhood and everything, but I I can grasp anything. It's like, okay, there is this thing now bothering you in your life now in some situations that is coming up with your children and with some people at work. And yeah, once again, I don't see a problem or a way to to go deeper into and before I would have done so much things and something would happen, and I would say, oh wow, cool, I'm a good coach. And now nothing is coming, and I'm just observing this scenario and this film, and I can think nothing about it. It's like, okay. Yeah. and I don't know what I can tell her. I'm completely lost, and I think it's really a big change happening in myself now. It's really radical.
In who?
In I don't know. But I can see this organism is experiencing things completely differently as before. It's really amazing.
Brilliant, Claire. That's awesome.
And yeah, and it's cool to share that with you, because I can just see, okay, it's like that. I can't do anything to change anything, and it's okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And it
very
is so
cool.
good. Actually, it is so cool not to fight like before.
Yeah.
And to want something else. Even if I think in this case I wanted something else. Yeah, there was a part of me wanted to be able to do something.
Yeah.
In order to be useful.
But you see that okay. Do you want the whole trick? The whole circle?
Oh yeah.
Say. Okay, yeah. You ready for it? You said, but there was something that wants to be, I forgot it was, but that wants to be able to help, right? That wants to be able to do something to help them.
Yeah.
You
That's
can.
okay.
But not only it's okay, yeah, absolutely, but you can help them. Sometimes you just can't. You can help them. That's magic. You can. Sometimes they can't hear it. Sometimes you don't know how. It's natural, but you can help them. I personally wouldn't have these. No, I wouldn't have these meetings anyway. But I know it helps. You know what I mean? And sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't. But I believe most of the time for the people who come, most of the time it does. Sometimes it's a little bit. Sometimes it makes it worse for a while. And sometimes it's kabam, It doesn't matter. You can. You just don't have to. You see?
Yeah.
If you don't want to, you just don't.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's
not
simple.
a problem. Yeah.
No.
No problem.
Yeah. Yeah, feel that. I'm closing a group I created 9 years ago, and I was the big helper figure, the big savior figure. And I just feel to have this group like that, it's not
Yeah.
aligned with what is
No.
experienced here now. And yeah, there is no need to save others. There is no need to. Oh, okay, there is a firelight.
Mm.
Yeah. And what you said before with your leg moving, it just
Mhm.
reminded me something. I was believing that awakened people were always conscious of their body and always relaxed.
Oh, that would be
And
horrible. Can you imagine? Oh.
it would be a big concentration, yeah.
That would
To
feel
be always
weird.
aware.
Consciously aware of everything going on in my body at the same time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah, that's so
releasing,
horrible.
the muscles. Yeah, I heard that when you're awakened, you are completely relaxed. You know? Your whole
It,
body is relaxed, and all your flashes are relaxed, and yeah, no
but
trauma, no.
you see that's the thing. You see, it can be relatively true in the sense that I don't know how to explain. I mean, I see what they mean, but it's
I
just a pointing. Like there's no one. It's just a pointing. You will not know there's no one. You
it's
see, you will not be aware of your body all the time, or never either. But I can understand why people would say that. Do you know what I mean?
this is one of the bits that bugs me about when people talk about spirituality, is it also always feels like there's a sales pitch. And the sales pitch
What?
the sales pitch, the reason why you'd want to look into Buddhism, enlightenment, is because you're going to get this.
Yeah.
Come listen to me. You're going to get this as a wonderful present.
Yeah.
Look at my shiny present.
Yeah, every teacher is promising a wonderful present.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you see, but sometimes it can be part of the trick as well. You see, to if you do if okay, I'll tell you something. If you look at some of my video titles, they sometimes promise something. Oh,
Yeah.
if this, but what I show in the video is not the actual promise. It's either a destruction of that promise,
But
or
I see where.
what you're expecting is fulfilled, but because you were trapped to think of something else. You see, that's how I operate. I'm extremely manipulative, actually. No, but
Yeah.
not in a bad way. No, it's just, do you know what I mean? Like in a
Yeah. Sure.
because it works. Because if you tell people this is it, well, no one wants. Most people don't want it. Some will. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
but most people don't want it. But if you tell them to get what you want, do this, do that, and then tell them, actually, no. And
You
they
can't get that.
understand that you can't. Then, now I get it. You see, that's beauty. Now I get it. Oh, okay. Well, that's just the same. You see, it's just the same. It's a trick. It's a trick.
Yeah.
There's nothing to get, and that's the present.
Yeah. But there is also the feeling when my attention is on my body and I can relax some spaces in my body. It's a feeling of being more, I don't know, present.
Mhm.
To just to be present to the experience in this body and
Yeah.
and it's a pleasant experience. It's like I'm landing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Absolutely, completely. It's what for me, what you're expressing is what you have to experience yourself to know what you're talking about. You see, you can express it. I can express it. People can. If people don't know, they don't know because they haven't experienced what you mean. But if you do, it's that's the gift. That's the.
It's like trying to, when you have that, everybody talks about a first love. Sorry, I got kind of conscious. Probably.
So yeah, in 2 minutes, have to go. Sorry, but yeah, go on.
It's when people talk about their first love. I can tell you about it, but unless you've experienced it, it won't really make sense.
Yeah,
it's true. I like it. Sorry, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's nice also to see that there is no control about being with the tension in the body or somewhere else. It is happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Life is incredible.
It really is. Yeah.
It really is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire.
Yeah.